Yo, it's dark in the bit, but I'm gonna try to record this bit while running. But this is gonna be a video on how to beat temptation, you know? And that's with all temptations. Temptations come in many different forms, and they come in things that we use on an everyday basis, such as food, drugs, lust, it's a whole bunch of other things. But you know I'm running, so I can't really think of it right now. But throughout all temptations, what I've learned is they only last about 23 minutes. So if you can distract yourself for those 23 minutes whenever that temptation comes to you, and these are temptations that bring you away from yourself, you know what I'm saying? So that could even be social media if you're not using it to the right extent. That could be what you're eating, as I said before. That could be the porn. You know, just all the other stuff, all the temptations that you can fall into. You take a second, or take those minutes, those 23 minutes, and find yourself something else to do, you know? And this is something that I battle with, you know? And what I've learned is that all temptations will pass. And know that your faith is stronger than the temptation. You know what I'm saying? So don't give it any power, because it's a saying that the devil will knock at the door, but if nobody answers, he gonna move on to the next person. So I want you to just take a second and listen and think to yourself on those things that you fall into that you know aren't for the better version of you, aren't for the best version of you. And I want you to now make a change, because nothing changes if nothing changes. So to become the greatest version of you, you gotta dive into the uncomfortable, because the challenge is where you grow. The hard is where you grow. When you get too comfortable, you get complacent, and you think you don't have to do anymore, when you can always get better. Because you know you're always your best self. You just gotta go work to get it. So if you're always thinking you can do better, that's all you're gonna go get. So don't let these temptations win. You know? Don't let these bad habits win. Stop beating you. You can't beat you. You can be your best friend or your worst enemy, just like how the mind is. Because your mind is your power. The body is controlled by the mind. So let's control the controllables and control the mind. Let's get this money, y'all boys. Oh shit. Yo, I was about to end the video, but I turned around and I was like, this is light. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I can talk more, and I can give out more information. So that's what I'm finna do, bruh. I was finna just turn off the camera and dive into my running, dog. But I'm like, nah, let's make this harder. Dive deeper into your mind and allow to preach what you teach. Allow them to know what you've learned, you know? And it's not even like I gotta dump all my knowledge on y'all. It's just to continue to motivate y'all to be the best you. Because it doesn't matter how you see it or how you do it. It's whatever you love. That passion you feel a true feeling in. It's you grabbing on to the hope and grabbing onto the life of it and making it yours, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want everybody to be their best version of themselves. But all I can do is tell you and show you that I'm always working to be the best version of myself. But as I tell you, I want you to take action so you don't regret the later. It don't matter when you see this. It don't matter what time you start. It's never too late to start. But if you never start, you can't finish. And I know I'm gonna finish. That's one thing about me. I ain't quitting on myself. That's a dead mission. I gotta get this money. I gotta grow my knowledge. I gotta expand my brand, expand myself. I gotta do it. I gotta become the best football player in the world. I gotta become the best rapper in the world. I gotta become the best artist in the world. I always wanna be the best, regardless of what it is. Because I know once I become it, I'll thank myself for the work I put in. I made a video. I said I'm gonna work so hard at 19, I'll never have to work again. And that's not saying I won't have to do anything or I won't have to just stop and stagnatize myself. No, that's never happening again. What I'm saying is, I'm gonna work so hard now at this age 19 that it'll become easy for me. That everything I do from now will be cake. It's gonna be a cakewalk. And y'all gonna come with me. Y'all gonna do it with me. Because we're gonna build a community, we're gonna build a family, and I'm gonna show y'all we all connected. We is all one. So, for the greater of the masses, if we all continue to become our best selves, then we'll see how we can actually live life. Then we can start evolving. Once everybody learns how to create for their own, then we can start raising our consciousness as a whole, not just as tiny individuals. I want y'all to understand that life has cheat codes. It literally does. And it's played by the book, but the book is not hard at all. All you gotta do is be you. And then don't let nobody take you out of being you. And you'll win every time. You wanna know why? Because with the stuff you're praying for, and the stuff you're affirming for, it's all to you. When you say those things, you're talking to yourself because God is within. You're never without. Regardless of what you do, you can't make mistakes. You can't ever lead away from him. You know why? Because he's always with you. And he'll never be without you. Everybody has to experience the experience, one way or another. And your experience isn't gonna be the same as everybody else. But you make it as easy or however hard you want. Whew, man. Whew. I see a lot of times I come back to old topics I preached on, to old subjects I was on before. And I know I continue to reiterate them because life is much simpler than you think. And there are still, I want y'all to understand this as well. There are still masses that want to downplay us and want to keep us out of our power. That's why they give us all these distractions, and they boost all the brain rot, all the other stuff to distract you from the knowing of you. So know that while there is a mass against you, those masses, they have been that mass for a long time. And that power there is a small group of people that it's like the queen controlling ants, you know what I'm saying? But once all those ants band up and they use all their power and know that they have the numbers over them, and they build their strength up individually and focus on themselves. So when they come to the queen, they each think that they can win. They all know, not even think, they all know that they can win on their own. Then those queens no longer exist. They no longer play a role. You know why? Because they can't. They'll be eaten. Just like how they've been eating us. You know? They don't want us to know ourselves and be the best version of us and touch all the money, do all the things, live as abundantly as possible, as blissful as possible. They don't want it because they want it for themselves. And if you know what I'm talking about, if you understand what I'm talking about, you understand. And if you don't, I suggest you research. So, please, become the best version of you possible. I'm telling you. Because once you work on you, everything else will gravitate towards you. I tell you this because I want everybody to win. And I have a love for all, and I love the love of loving. Regardless of who you is, you can always change. But you gotta start if you wanna finish. I love y'all boys. Now this is the true end of the video. Ashe.